Yep. It sure was a show this year. When it comes to E3, the phrase, "I know I've gone from rags to riches" comes to mind. E3 is what I like to call a one-shot show. If you mess this up, you will be a part of gaming history for all the wrong reasons. At that point, you might as well go back to rags. But now that it's all over, I can finally discuss what turned out well and what felt like a lecture from a squealing pig. So please turn on your Google Cardboard headsets, plug in your headphones, stare at the thumbnail for the next whatever minutes, and dive deep into the experience we humans call a convention. First off, electronic farts. Battlefield 5 is another Battlefield game. I've been seeing a lot of people complaining about the horrors of these women creatures, and that's why they won't even bother buying the game. Listen to me, nerds. Would you rather buy a fun video game with new and satisfying game-changing mechanics despite not being historically accurate, or would you rather pay for a game that is just the same as everything else yet stays true to something that actually happened? If you want historical accuracy, watch a World War II documentary. Maybe visit your local museum if that's cool with you. Or just sit on your bum cheeks writing YouTube comments. Whatever. Wait, we're doing sports already? Wait, we're doing Star Wars already? The only good titles they announced were Unravel 2 and Sea of Solitude. Other than that, all they had left was the lack of actual gameplay for Anthem. Nope, spoke too soon. They have gameplay. Hey, wouldn't you know it? The gameplay looks generic. I shouldn't really care at this point. EA's presentation was boring. Especially that one mobile game that was just like Classic Clans except... yeah, I don't care. X-Brother announced video games. Halo Not 6 is one of them. It's a CGI trailer, so I won't go too deep into it. Truth be told, sometimes I consider having an Xbox so I can play cool games like Ori 2 and such. But am I really that white to buy every console of today's generation? Okay, maybe. Here's stuff I liked. Cyberpunk was cool. Also, Cuphead DLC is nice. Overall, the Exploit conference was much better in comparison to last year, and EA every year. Well, mother of all lies, if it ain't Bethesda. What y'all doing here? You were supposed to be in your timeout zone. Anyway, let's see the progress you've made so far. Except E3 isn't about video games anymore. It's actually about the live performances. Yes, Andrew WK is the only good E3 performance ever. I'll keep my word. Okay, so Rage 2 is a Rage sequel about Rage but purple. I'll admit, it looks kind of fun. Maybe if Rage 1 gets a PS4 release, I'll check it out. Also, Fallout 76 is a spin-off, I guess. I kind of lost focus after hearing it was going to be another online survival game like Rust. Let me put your focus into the online part of it. Say you work for a game studio and decide to pitch an idea for a video game. Do you have a vision to share with the universe? Well, if you're going to make your game online only, you better hope the whole world knows until the servers are dead and the game becomes unplayable. Also, I would make some sort of joke about how companies these days forgot how to count, but I'll just leave that to everyone else. Doom Eternal is good, Starfield is official, and would you believe they're finally making another Elder Scrolls game? Overall, Bethesda was surprisingly self-aware and cool with the kids. Doom Eternal is something I'm most excited about because I already know the gameplay and how that'll make the sequel just as good. I'm gonna cheat a little by including Devolver in this, mainly because I respect them as a company. I like their funny haha conferences. All three games they showed were promising, but the one I'm most excited about is My Friend Pedro. You go around in a 2D world shooting people and kicking helmets into some guy's balls in slow motion. I really liked how the gas tank went through the basketball hoop and a dude shot it and then he went through the hoop. Go look up the trailer and you'll see why this game will be the coolest thing ever. Or go on Newgrounds and play the old Flash game. Do whatever you want, as long as it's legal and not demeaning towards anybody. How square can I possibly get, Enix? Now that I have your attention, let's go to Japan. Just cause 4, Tomb Baby, and Hitman 2 are coming, and I'm not even interested in 2 of those titles. However, Square Enix recently gave up on Hitman and sent him to the deep realm known as America. He was then adopted by the Warner family, and then he killed them all. Kingdom Hearts 3.0 Dream Drop Distance, a Fragmentary Passage, Final Mix recoded 3D for Wii U is hella dope. I'm actually considering buying this, but at the same time, the story is so complicated and awkwardly placed in what should have been spin-offs. I find it insulting that the community just accepts it and moves on. Care to join our fan club? Great, here's your homework. Write an essay about how Olaf the Snowman could have some relations with Sephiroth or I don't know, Hitman. The Quiet Man is a 1952 film about a retired boxer who returns to Ireland and falls in love with a beautiful woman. Actually, no, The Quiet Man is a game that is edgy and dark and the character talks with actions and... you know what? Take your guess. It's an A and B from 2008. Also, online games. Online games galore. Square can take any online game and slap Final Fantasy 15 on it as if it actually relates to that game. Hey, here's a mobile real-time strategy game about fighting off invaders from some other country. We're calling it Glory Battle Wolfenstein 2. Well, if it isn't Ubisoft. Okay, Just Dance is still on the Wii, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is pretty rad, and Division 2? Didn't people not like the first one? Maybe it finally grew on them, I don't know. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a video game about Greece and also more walking. As a Greek American who's bad at speaking Greek, I don't really remember the pre-order bonus being a trend in our country back then. Nowadays, we can barely even have banks. It's always Sony in Philadelphia did video games. Or should I say they did banjos and bagpipes. First off, I like Control. That was neat. Ghost of Japan Sword Hayat Karate Power looks cool. Death Stranding finally has gameplay. So little gameplay, but it's the best we got. Last of Us Part Scoob is about grown-up girl from the first one, and also she's lesbian now. I'd mention how the game looks just as uninteresting and maybe a little cooler, but I think it's about time I mentioned that E3 2018 was actually broadcasted live on Disney XD. If you guys don't know, Disney XD started this summer tradition with a programming block called DXP. This is basically just Disney trying to revive the G4 era of TV. The problem? It was on Disney XD. So not only was this on a network that nobody has, but because this was on a children's network, they also had to censor stuff like gunshots, swear words, and more. But they couldn't even bother doing that. They showed lynch sequences, a public execution, swearing, Death Stranding, a very oversized amount of violence, blood, guts, and more. However, they still felt the need to censor. They blurred stuff out, put up commercials, replaced some parts with pre-recorded streams from before, and even showed their logo with loud screeching. Real people were there to record what actually aired on live television. Go watch the DXP E3 video by Rebel Taxi and you'll see what I mean. So what did they actually censor for The Last of Us? The lesbian kiss. Talk about Pride Month, am I right? Resident Evil 2 is getting okay, forget all of that. All I'm here for is our bud Spidey. I remember my first time playing Spider-Man on PS2 when all I did was jump off the building and die. I don't know why I remember that, but hopefully playing this new PS4 game will make me avenge my younger self. And finally, Nintendo. Wow, 43 whole minutes of announcements without the boring 10-minute gameplay demos? Imagine what kind of games they'll have. Well, you can't pretend though that's the case because the first 18 minutes are all different games and the last 25 are just game. It's not like there weren't enough games either. Right before they went to just game, they made a lineup video of what's to come in the future. Oh, what's this Ninjala thing? I guess it's a wall-running ninja game with fighting in bubblegum. That looks pretty cool, I guess. Hold up. Dragon Boys, Crash Barbecue, Dark Souls, Wasteland 2, Ark? What is this? I get that a lot of these games are ports, but what if someone wanted to see how the game looks on the go? They didn't even talk about Ninjala, and now they're putting it in their lineup video without saying a single word. Wait, you're not even gonna give Crayola Scoot its own spotlight? This joke is already done. Moving on. The first 18 minutes consisted of games like Hollow Knight and Mario Party. Our car broke down, but at least we have our old board games in the trunk. That's right. No more cars, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks. Also Fire Emblem, Xenoboob DLC, new Super Dragon Bros, and a Pokemon spin-off where you don't really battle Pokemon. You just swoosh your controller. Fortnite also released on Switch, and let's just say what the terrible voice chat support Nintendo has. Maybe I'll let that slide for this game. I really wouldn't want to chat with the 11-year-old former Minecraft war veterans known as the Fortnite community. The next 2/3 of the entire presentations were all about Super Smash Everyone. That's right, every fighter is joining in. Is that really? I guess this is the start of E3's realization era. Okay, maybe that's just for me. What I'm saying is, I've been watching for 7 years now. It's about time I take it in and realize what's to expect. Now more than ever, I know what a certain game company is trying to imply. I know their strategies, I know their goals. I even began to realize some of their devilish business practices. That's my word of the day, realize. I hope you enjoy this little thing somehow. I'm gonna try to cover more video games in the future. Until then, happy E3, you spoiled brats.